Namaskar विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो. In a previous class, we learned about the classification of plants. Plants are classified into two different subkingdoms. First is cryptogams and second is phanerogams. In a simple word, cryptogam means non-flowering plants and phanerogam means flowering plants. Here, crypto means hidden and gams means reproductive organ. Thus, these are the plants which have hidden reproductive organ. Such plants are called as cryptogam plants. Here, panero means visible and gams mean reproductive organ. Thus, these plants have visible reproductive organ. In this class, we learn about the cryptogam plants. Students, we know that there are a lot of cryptogam presents around us, also in nature. As the number of cryptogam plants is so large, to identify them, to study them, these cryptogamy plants further classified into three different divisions. The first one is Thallophyta division, second one is Bryophyta, and the third division is Pteridophyta. In this class, we learn about all these three divisions. First, we learn about the Thallophyta plants. Here, two words are involved, thallo and second one is phyta. Thallo means thallus and phyta means plant. Then what is the meaning of thallus? Thallus means the plant which do not have root, stem and leaf, have simple thread-like structure are called as thallus plant. The other important characteristics of Thallophyta plants are aquatic plants. These plants are grown in both type of water, in a saline water or marine water as well as in a fresh water. These Thallophyta plants are autotrophs as this plant possesses or have chlorophyll, but some non-green plants, for example mould and yeast, are also belongs to these Thallophyta division. Thallophyta plants are unicellular or multicellular. The example of unicellular Thallophyta plant is Chlorella, and the other example of multicellular Thallophyta plants are Spirogyra, Chara, and others algae. Thallophyta plants do not have vascular tissue. Xylem and phloem, this type of tissues are absent in a Thallophyta plants. As these plants grow in water, xylem, that's mean vascular tissues, are not present in this plant. The common example of Thallophyta plants are Spirogyra, Chara, and Ulva. Other common example are green algae, red algae, brown algae, Chlorella. These are other example of Thallophyta plants. Now we learn about the division Bryophyta. Here Bryo means moss and phyta means plant. Then what is the meaning of moss? The plant which do not have true roots, true stem and true leaves are commonly called as Bryophyta plants. The most important characteristics of Bryophyta plant is these plants are called as amphibians plants. Then the question is why these plants are called as amphibians plants. We know that Bryophyta plants grown in a shady places or in a moist soil, but they require water for the fertilization. As a Bryophyta plant grown on moist soil and require water for the fertilization, these plants are called as amphibian plant. These plants do not have vascular tissue. Xylem and phloem, these tissues are absent in a Bryophyta plants. In a Bryophyta plants, roots are absent, but instead of root, rhizoids, that's mean root-like structure called as rhizoids, are present in this plant. Leaves are absent in this plant. Instead of leaf, these plant have leafy appendages, and in this plant stem is absent, but stem-like part called as axis is present in this plant. These bryophyta plant can be reproduced by spore formation, by vegetative propagation with the help of tuber, and sometimes with the help of gamete formation. The common example of bryophyta plants are Flunaria, Rixia and Markensia. These are some examples of bryophyta plants. Now, the third division is Pteridophyta plants. Here, phyta means plants and pterido means these plants are grown on land, and hence these plants are called as Pteridophyta plants. Some important characteristics of Pteridophyta plants are: these plants are non-flowering plants, belong to cryptogams subkingdom, but these Pteridophyta plants have root, stem and leaves. These Pteridophyta plants also have vascular tissue, that means xylem and phloem. This type of tissues are present in a bryophyta plant. Thus, bryophyta plant shows some characters of cryptogam plants and some characters of phanerogam plants. Thus, we say that these phanerogam plants can be generated from the Pteridophyta plants. Or in another word, Pteridophyta plants are called as connecting link between cryptogams and phanerogam plants. These Pteridophyta plants reproduce by two ways, with the help of spore formation and with the help of gamete formation. Depending upon the shape, size of leaf, these Pteridophyta plants are of two types. First type is called as microphyllus and the second one is called as macrophyllus. Then which plants are called as microphyllus? Then the answer is the Pteridophyta plants in which leaves are very small in size, then such Pteridophyta plants are called as microphyllus plants. For example, Seliginella is an example of microphyllus plant because Seliginella plant have very small leaf. Then the second type is Macrophyllus. Macrophyllus means the plant which have huge or large leaves or leaves, called as Macrophyllus Pteridophyta plants. And the example is fern. Fern plant have large leaf and hence it is an example of Macrophyllus plants. Here the some common example of Pteridophyta plants are fern, Seliginella and Adiantum plant. Adiantum plant is also known as walking fern. In this class we learn about the cryptogamy plants and their division. In a next class we learn about the phanerogam plants. Now we stop here. Thank you. धन्यवाद.